I wasn't sure if I should even tell this story. It still hurts, but maybe it's time to finally let it out. I was 22 when I really, for the first time, fell in love. Her name was Emily. We met at a summer writing workshop in Chicago. She sat across from me, and every time I couldn't hear the instructor, she'd lean over and whisper what was being said. Honestly, I started not hearing on purpose, just so I could get those tiny moments next to her. Emily was different from anyone I'd ever met. She laughed a lot, loudly and without holding back, and it was contagious. She always tapped her pen on the table when she was thinking, and she carried around this worn notebook where she wrote little observations, snippets of poems, song lyrics, anything that caught her. I felt like there was a whole world living in her head, and I desperately wanted to be a part of it. We became fast friends, hanging out after class, grabbing coffee at a little cafe near the lakefront, staying up late talking about dreams and plans. I found myself waiting for her texts more than anything else in my life. One evening, we were sitting by Lake Michigan, watching the lights of the city reflect on the water, and I finally reached for her hand. She didn't pull away. Instead, she held it tightly. And in that moment, I thought, this is it. This is love. I wanted to shout it to the world. I bought her flowers randomly, wrote little notes, hid them in her notebook, and she'd smile when she found them, but sometimes I could see a little sadness in her smile. One day, I worked up the courage to ask her, "Emily, are you happy with me?" She hugged me, stayed quiet for a long moment, and then said, "I'm scared I'll hurt you." I didn't understand, and I didn't want to. I shoved my doubts aside. Love, I thought, was supposed to overcome everything. A few weeks later, she told me she'd gotten into grad school in New York and was moving. "It's a big opportunity. I can't pass it up," she explained. I promised we could do the long-distance thing. I was ready to fly up every weekend. But after the first month, her texts became shorter. Calls were brief. She was always busy, always tired, always later. Then one night I called her, and a guy answered the phone. Suddenly, all my fears made sense. Emily had someone else. We talked the next day. She didn't deny it. She said it just happened. She didn't plan it, but she met someone who made things feel easy. "You deserve someone who's all yours," she told me. I stayed quiet. Words wouldn't come. I stared at my phone, at her photo, and couldn't believe everything between us was already over. After that summer, I couldn't even look at the lake for a long time. That shoreline, the city lights shimmering on the water, even the smell of coffee at that same cafe, everything reminded me of her. Friends would tell me, "Forget her, you'll meet someone else." And I'd get mad because how do you just forget someone you've lived in your heart? Years have passed. I've learned to live without Emily. But sometimes when I hear a song she loved or see a girl carrying a notebook like hers, my heart still aches. They say every love story teaches you something. Mine taught me that even the strongest feelings aren't always enough. That love isn't about holding on. It's about letting go.